if I had $1 for every single myth and misinformation that gets fed back to me. And today I'm really prompted to do a show to talk about some of those myths, some of that misinformation. This is also important because women have to be advocates for their own health, and so we've got to be able to act off the right information. So there I was browsing on Twitter, as you do, and up pops a little note in my feed about something that was plainly wrong on a website. And it went like this: osteoporosis is a symptom of perimenopause. And I'm like, what? No. And the problem is that not only is that wrong, but it's on a reputable website where women go to find information. And if we can't get that right, what hope do we have? So what is the story, and why do I feel so passionately about this? Well, it's because of this lady. There she is, up there, this lady. She's one of my best friends. Her name's Kathy. She's the lady with the purple hat. In her own very Liverpool way, she says, yeah, me, I'm a very purple person, me. And I think you can see that. But sadly, she's also crippled with osteoporosis. And I'm seeing her deteriorate. I'm seeing how hard it is for her to get in and out of her car, to not be as active, and probably even more sadly, that she can't be the grandma she wants to be. So she finds it hard to get up off the floor. She can't hold babies or lift toddlers. And so the quality of her life is deteriorating, along with some pretty vile meds. So it's important around there that women don't think that that's a symptom of perimenopause. Yes, estrogen does play a role in your bone formation, but it's your genetics. It's the medication that your doctor prescribes you that can trigger this horrible condition, this horrible disease, as well as our lifestyle choices. How we eat, particularly getting enough of the key micronutrients, how we exercise, our sleep, and of course, smoking and alcohol, and well, kicking them into touch. So it matters that we give women the right information. But let's spin to one of my most favorite 2 myths and misinformation. I don't know how often I hear this one. Well, thanks for talking to me, but I'm only 40, so menopause isn't important to me. It's not my time yet. I'm not 50 yet. Uh-oh. That's not quite right. And that's a myth that circulates, that women can put this off till they're 50 or 51, because we keep putting out that that's the average age. But of course, there's no such thing as average, is there, in this time of life? There is no average. Each and every one of us is unique. I don't think I'm average, and I bet you don't either. So what is the real message? Well, the reality is that it is entirely up to you. It's determined by your genetics. It's determined by your past medical history, your race, your ethnicity, and how you live your life, and how stressed you are, and what your level of adrenal fatigue is. You can commonly, that's a better word than saying average or normal, commonly, somewhere in our early to mid-40s, a lot of women can be going through that stage of perimenopause, which is really when the changes are happening, when our hormones are doing their thing, and when we start to feel the decline of progesterone, estrogen, and testosterone. But it can happen a lot sooner. From one of my podcast interviews with Caroline Hobday. Caroline didn't know she'd gone into perimenopause and then menopause until she was 31. She was 31 and she discovered that because she tried for a baby. And there's even a younger woman that I shared a big article with in the Independent when we had a write-up there. She was about 16 or 17 when this happened to her. So it can happen a lot sooner. And obviously, if you've had a hysterectomy or you've had cancer treatment, that can also bring on an early menopause. So my message is, if you are young, then here's what you need to do. If you think you're not 50, then it's got nothing to do with you. Please think again, right? Think again. Am I feeling more tired? Am I more irritable? Do I need to be tracking what's going on? Maybe track your periods. And that's my advice to younger women everywhere. Track your periods. And also track what's happening to you, because you can have a conversation. You can jump on with your doctor and get informed, know what the symptoms are, and start looking into them and saying, maybe this is where I'm at. What can I do proactively? Can I do things with my diet, my exercise? Do I need to get more support? But don't wait till you're 50. The longer we do nothing, then the more likely are to actually not even be struggling with our health, but not laying great foundations with a first generation who maybe are going to do a 50 and 50. So we might be 50, but we could live another 50 years. And I think we deserve an amazing, amazing time of life. So that's one of those myths out the window, right? Right. So let's pull in misinformation, number 2. This one appears a lot when we talk to business owners and we say, you know, what are you doing for your staff? Are you supporting them through their menopause journey? And the response came from pretty much a senior business leader, that's women's business and it doesn't have a place in the workforce. Did I really just hear that? Did I seriously hear that? Oh, yes, I did. Yes, that's a misnomer, that somehow menopause is all about women. Well, we know that's, probably not quite true, right? Because it's a few things. When we as women go through this, we're not doing this journey alone. And we don't live in a vacuum and disappear off the planet we don't disappear off the planet for 4 to 6 years, or 10 years, or 15 years. Sorry, that can be the length of time. But we actually, have to live with our families, go to work,